guys, so right now we're working on example 19, and example 19 asks or says that the P wave arrived at 10:00:00 and the S wave arrived at 10 hours 8 minutes and 40 seconds. This question is asking now for the distance that the P wave and S wave traveled. So to figure this out, what I need to do is find the time difference between my P and S wave, and then I can use my scrap paper on my reference table and use the reverse, or do the reverse of what I've been doing to by using my time difference to figure out the distance that they travel. So here's how you do it. The first thing I want to do is figure out the time difference in arrival between the P and S wave. To do this, I'm going to put the higher number on the top to make it easier for myself. So the S wave arrived at 10 hours 8 minutes and 40 seconds. That's the higher time, or a higher number, so I'm going to put that on the top, minus the lower number, which is the P wave arrival, 10:00:00. This will give me the time difference, and the time difference that I get is 0 hours 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, now that I have my time difference right here, I can take this time difference and go to my reference table to figure out what the distance that the P and S wave traveled. My time difference is 8 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm going to take my scrap paper, and instead of starting with the distance now, I'm going to start on my y-axis and mark the time difference that I calculated. My time difference is 8 hours and 40 minutes. So that's why I'm going to mark a line at 0 and then mark a line at 8 hours and 40 minutes, just like this. Now, to figure out the distance, I'm just doing the reverse of what I've done so far in my in the other examples. I'm going to take these lines that I marked, and I'm going to move it around my reference table to find out where my two marks align with the P and S wave lines. It's kind of like this. So I'm moving this around or up the two lines, and I see that my red marks here kind of align with my P and S wave curves right here, as you can see. So when I stop here, I see that the marks that I made are intersecting with the P and S wave curve. Okay, so now I can figure out my distance by going to the bottom and just checking what my distance is at this location. So if I go all the way down, I see that the distance that my P and S wave travel is 7,200 kilometers. And that's actually my answer. So the distance is 7,200 kilometers. Okay, so pause the video to try example 20. Okay, so for example 20, I'm just going to do it in the bottom over here. Example 20 is asking or saying that the P wave arrived at 06:32:00 and my S wave arrived at 06:34:20. First, I'm going to subtract to figure out the time difference, and I'm going to put the bigger number on the top. So 06:34:20 minus 06:32:20 gives me 00:02:00, 2 minutes and 0 seconds. Okay, now that I have my time difference, I can use my scrap paper. I'm going to use this side of my scrap paper this time to mark this time difference, which is 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to start with my y-axis. I'm going to mark a line at 0, like this, and I'm going to mark a line at 2 minutes. Now I'm going to take my scrap paper, and I'm going to go up and see where my two lines that I created intersect with the P and S wave curve. And it looks like my red lines that I made intersect or touch the P and S wave curve right here. Okay? And now I'm going to check what distance that is. And it looks like the distance at that location is 1,200 kilometers. And that will be my answer. So for question number or example 20, My answer is, or distance is 1,200 kilometers, and that will be my answer.